This looks like a repressed, frightened, occupied, peaceful little town.
Manorites, beware. You think the Desert Rangers are your allies. You think that just because they have helped you end the Robinson Uprising, that they are your friends. They're not. They sided with you because they believe you to be the weaker and easier to manipulate. Los Angeles, can you believe the flagrant lawlessness of those so-called lawbringers? The Desert Rangers, freeing a condemned criminal to further their ruthless ambition. The Manorites have come to regret letting them into their homes. Will your town be next? Do not let the Rangers too close, Manorites, or soon you will find yourselves under their thumb. Remember, the children of the Citadel are your only true friends in Los Angeles.
Aw, man, now I'm missing my mom's cooking.
Hello, friends. My name is Matthias. Leader of the Children of the Citadel, bringing you good news for your future. Look around you. Look at the kiosk I'm speaking from. Sad, isn't it? Now look at the world on my screen. Isn't it beautiful? But it's only a dream, you say. Unattainable, impossible. Not so. It is next. Look at your body. Look at you Now look at me. Look at my gleaming, faultless skin. My perfect metal and plastic body that will never again, you say. It is an unattainable dream. But am I not? And all this, your new world, your new body, your new life, cost you nothing. Nothing but loyalty. Please, join me in Seal Beach and start living your perfect future.
Matthias. That name sounds familiar.
Hello, friends. My name is Matthias, leader of the Children of the Citadel, bringing you good news for your future.
Bienvenue, Rangers. Mas oui, certainly. Please enjoy Rambo's selection. Adieu, mes amis.
Is that them, George? Are they here at last?
Hey man, welcome to the high ground. I'm George, and this is my old lady Martha. Afraid we're not open for business right now, but if you come back later, we'd be happy to trade. Got some primo stuff. Total bummer, man. A bunch of creepy crawlies are infesting our shop. Roaches as big as your leg. I haven't seen anything like them since that time I ate that bad batch of window paint. Haven't dared go in there for days, just been waiting on the HSP. Heidi promised us they'd help us, but we ain't seen hide nor hair of them. Meanwhile, we're just standing here on the sidewalk getting a suntan and losing money every day we're not open. The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. Guess they've done good for this town mostly. They've certainly kept those God's militia crazies off our backs. But sometimes they seem to forget the little things. Like looking out for people who aren't members of the HCC, for instance. You know, like the kids on the street and regular folks. That's us, man. Purveyors of the finest weed in Hollywood. Clean, strong, and full of the all-natural goodness of THC. Martha's also handy with needles and pills if you need to get patched up or cured of what ails you. Can't help you right now, though. My wife of 25 years. She's the love of my life and the light of my nights. Been running this shop together since we were kids. They like to act like they're a police force, but they're really just Heidi's personal security. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but don't go running to them with a domestic dispute or anything like that. They're just here to protect the tourists and the HCC business. Certainly is a go-getter, that gal. Really worked hard to keep Hollywood safe, at least on the outside. Maybe she'll get around to fixing what's going on the streets once she wipes out God's militia. I don't know. I love this town, man. Always something groovy going on. Always cool people to see. Me and Martha just sit back and watch it all go by like it was a movie. Of course, it'd be cooler if the HCC did something about the drug problem. Salt, man. That evil shit they sell up at the Hotel California. It's giving honest drug dealers like me and Martha a bad name, and Heidi ain't doing a thing about it. Hotel California? Zombie Central. That's where they deal salt. I don't know why the HSP can't make that place go away. Raided all the time, but it's always back again the next week. Pure evil, man. And I'm not just saying that because it's my competition. Pot never hurt anybody, bro, but that salt'll rot your brain. A lot of nasty stuff happening in the shadows here. Salt turning kids into zombies, a lot of other kids getting stolen away in the night. Heidi don't care so much as long as they don't happen to tourists. Don't seem right to me, but I ain't running things. You know, maybe we can use your help. We keep asking Heidi to get the HSP to clear out those creepy crawlies that drove us out of our shop, but she says she can't spare the manpower. You want to take a crack at it? We'd totally be in your debt, man. Totally. Sorry, can't trade right now. We're waiting for the HSP. See you, Rangers.
Finally something natural in this unnatural town.
Take this for your trouble. Can't talk right now. Thanks for clearing out the shop, Rangers. Thanks for clearing out the shop, Rangers. Don't mind the mess, friends. Martha will have it cleaned up in a jiffy. Let's trade. Let's trade, my friend. See you, Rangers.
Sorry, man. Can't lose my edge. Gotta stay sharp.
Oh dear, this isn't the place for me.
Welcome
I'd like
to
to wait
Heidi's Hollywood
outside.
Hideaway, where your pleasure is our pleasure. I'm Heidi Hollander at your service. Ah, it's you again, Rangers. Please forgive my brusqueness at the cemetery. It's hard to be pleasant when one is grieving. What can I do for you all? Are you here for business or pleasure? Or both? I wouldn't eat there if I were you. Ma Brown is a nice enough lady, but she isn't very careful about keeping her kitchen clean. Try Schwags instead. Marvelous. Well then, let's get business out of the way first. We'll save pleasure for dessert. Whatever your need is, Heidi's Hideaway can provide. A fine and friendly eating establishment, and the social hub of Hollywood. Everyone who's anybody goes there to see and be seen. Some of the brightest stars of stage and boudoir have been discovered there, and young hopefuls flock there every day. It is well worth a visit. May I recommend enjoying one of our icons, each hearkening back to the golden age of star making. On the female side, we have our blonde bombshell Marilyn, our brunette playmate Raquel, our sweet soul sister Pam, and our beach bunny Beau. On the male side, we have our brooding rebel Dean, our perfect gentleman Carrie, our smooth operator Billy D, and our suntan surfer Hasselhoff. And if none of those strike your fancy, or if you prefer the darker side of things, Mistress Veronica awaits you in the dungeon below with the more dangerous selection of companions. Now, which shall it be? This is very serious, and I thank you for bringing it to my attention. I will have the HSP look into this immediately. But please, do nothing on your own. This must be handled internally with a minimum of fuss. Hollywood's reputation cannot be compromised. I am the owner and madam of the Hideaway, Heidi Hollander. It's my pleasure to provide pleasure to all who come through these doors. You want to help me? Isn't that sweet? Sadly, though, the Hideaway has all the talent we need at the moment, and the HSP seems to have everything in Hollywood well in hand. Unless you were thinking of storming the Bastion of Faith and sending those God militia madmen packing, I'm afraid I have nothing for you. They are the bane of my existence. For years, they were too busy fighting the gangs of Los Feliz and Glendale to bother us. But now that those territories are pacified, they've declared us their new crusade. They raid us constantly, breaking through our walls, plundering our supply caravans, killing without mercy. I have lost friends, employees, and it is killing our businesses too. The tourists who are our lifeblood are afraid to visit. We are withering away. Everything I have worked to create here is threatened. Well, I won't let it happen. The militia want to erase us from the face of the earth. I'll erase them first. I don't know how yet, but I won't rest until the Bastion of Faith is a smoking wreck. A wild, barbaric place across the river to the east. I don't know much about it, and never had the inclination to learn more. A tiny little place that only exists so that the aspirants who come to the Bastion for the Gauntlet of Samson can have a place to sleep before starting up the hill. A trial by combat, named after their goon of a messiah, Red Samson. Aspirants who want to join the militia must fight their way up through killing fields of mutants and monstrous beasts to the observatory. Excuse me, the Bastion of Faith. Some street crazy with a sledgehammer who saw a videotape and thought he found God died in a gang fight about 50 years ago. The only thing more pathetic than the story of his life is the fools who believe he was the second coming. The militia turned the old observatory into a fortress and let beasts and mutants run wild in the park below it as protection against attack and as a challenge for the fanatic fools who want to join their ranks. The Gauntlet of Samson, they call it. The finest police force in the West, with the possible exception of the Rangers, of course. You will not meet a more dedicated group of men and women. I swear they are never out of uniform. My dearest darling, who came to me lost and alone, and who under my tutelage blossomed to become the most beloved of my icons. Then later, the dark and delicious mistress she is today. She is my second in command, an inspired performer who can be gracious or cruel, kind or cold, whichever her visitors desire. You'll find what you're looking for in the back room. Enjoy. You'll find what you're looking for in the back room. Enjoy. I'm afraid Carrie is currently indisposed. Perhaps you could try back tomorrow. You'll find what you're looking for in the back room. Enjoy. I'm afraid Beau is currently indisposed. Perhaps you'll find what you're looking for in the You'll find what you're looking for. You'll find what you're looking for in the back room. All right. There are 1 or 2 things on my plate that require a steadier hand than the HSP can provide. One will test your diplomacy. The other will test your martial abilities. If you take care of the first for me, then we'll see about letting you take a crack at those pistol-packing prees. Are you interested? Marvelous. Then here is the first one. My most trusted lieutenant, Mistress Veronica, Lady of Pain and Ecstasy, has been acting oddly lately. I have seen similar behavior before, and while I could not believe it of her at first, I worry she may be in love. And a prostitute, a dominatrix no less, in love is of less value than one unattached. So, my quest for you, find out if I'm right. Speak to her. Offer to help, and see if she admits her condition. Come back when you're looking for some entertainment,
Sorry,
Rangers.
I'll pass. A warrior's gotta stay strong. Whoa, this is freaky.
She is armored in leather, but it hasn't shield bulwark. I know I'm being manipulated, but this place just feels so warm, sultry, drowsy, inviting.
Have you spoken to Veronica? Learned anything? I'm disappointed in you. Come back when you're looking for some entertainment.
She's being
Rangers,
so warm and
have you
sweet, but
spoken
I
to
think it might be a
Veronica?
steal.
Come back when... You're looking for some entertainment. Have you spoken to Veronica? I was right. She has taken a lover? Well, I'm afraid you've proven yourself trustworthy and efficient, my friends. As such, a single obstacle has kept me from attacking the militia. The gate of the bath. Once inside, I want you to open the gate and find a way to keep it open. Then signal me to begin the attack. Will you do it? Excellent. I'll have HSP men stationed at the base of God's militia territory watching the observatory. Once you have found a way to keep the Bastion gate open, my troops will attack. You may be outgunned for a while, so take cover as soon as you've broken the gate. My men will be along shortly thereafter. Come back when you're looking for...
This place is all class. Wow.
Ranger, over here. Don't worry. This isn't a trap. I just want to talk to you. I want to see if we can come. Thank you. Now, I know we've had our differences. You think I'm a despicable murderer. I think the same about you. And we both think our own murders are justified. But what if I was to tell you that it's all been a misunderstanding? That all along, we've both wanted the same thing. Who said I want the destruction of humanity? I want the transcendence of humanity. Look, we both want a better life for people. Oh, really? Is there still crime? Yes. Has any police force ever stopped all crime? No. Will any amount of enforcement ever stop all crime? No. And why? Because enforcement doesn't fight the root problem. which is human need. Transcendence will. Simple. When our minds and souls are contained in synthetic bodies, we will not need food. We will not need water. We will not need shelter. All the things that we humans rob and steal and kill each other for are made completely obsolete. We will need the sun to power our batteries, and that's all. There will be nothing left to fight for. Everyone will have enough. Isn't that a beautiful dream? Isn't that worth fighting for? Isn't that what you do? But your method does not work. Mine will. So will you join me? Will you fight for the Transcendence future? You will be among the first to receive Transcendence and experience the ultimate upgrade. Your strength, speed, skill, and fighting capabilities will be improved 100-fold. You will become fighting machines of unparalleled power. Good luck, Ranger.
He makes it sound so nice and so moral, religious, coercive, noble. The liar. He makes it sound so nice and so moral, religious, coercive, noble. The liar. So, vigilant is a synonym for coercion, interrogation, beating, torturer?
Welcome back. Have you decided to join the church ecstatic after all? Oh, well, may God light your journey. Rangers.
Sorry she got hit, but my mom would have fought back.
Welcome back. Have you decided to join the church? Welcome, Evangelist Mayweather. Your humble wife is honored by your presence and delighted to see you. Here are the aspirants I was speaking to you about.
One darling. The Rangers and I are gonna have a little man talk now. Welcome, Rangers.
If you are interested in joining the church ecstatic, please speak to my husband,
ecstatic.
a whore and a defiler of innocence, a seducing witch who lures good, upstanding men to adultery and debauchery. I pray that God strikes her with the most virulent of diseases and makes the rest of her life a misery. Certainly not. I've heard stories, that's all. It has nothing to do with me. May God light your journey, Rangers. If you are interested in joining the church ecstatic, may God light your journey, Rangers.
She says she's fine, but I'm worried,
You've
concerned,
chosen
alarmed,
well, Rangers.
scared for her.
And keeping an eye on you since I got here. And I do believe the church ecstatic is the best fit for your attitude and terrific. But let me give it to you straight. This is a one-way door. You can't change your mind after I tell you what I'm gonna tell you. Praise God! I was sure he would help you see the light. Then, here it is, laid out plain. As new recruits, I mourn to tell you that some of my most trusted followers are plotting to overthrow me. And as much as it pains me, I'm afraid I must. Here's what I want you to do. The men who must die are Shepherd Retribution Jones of the Church Militant and Confessor Ascension McDade of Will You Do It? Praise the Lord! Then just come back here when you've done the deeds, and you will be a full-fledged member of the Salvation Church and God's militia. Can I get a hallelujah, brothers? You want to what? Make a deal? Mess with our towers? Rangers! What's that, Rangers? McDade wants to usurp me? Well, I thank you for the warning, but sadly I'm not. Good thing I'm 10 steps ahead of him. His treachery will never reach fruition if I... What's that, Rangers? Jones wants to usurp me? Good thing I'm 10 steps ahead of him. His treachery... May God smite your enemies,
He certainly doesn't
Rangers.
practice what he preaches. Not with that figure. Disgusting.